mission statements are often funny things, but they're really statements about direction. But they're often, a company often produces a mission statement sort of as a side effect of a bunch of other things it's doing, and that doesn't work. It means that it's mostly hand-waving, and it makes employees very cynical if it's hand-waving. And it's definitely the case that at the upper echelons of complex organizations, the people who are running the organizations have to know what they're doing and why. And maximizing profit in the next quarter so that their bonuses are larger is not a good strategy. It's not even a good strategy if you want to maximize profits in the next quarter and make sure your bonus is larger. And it's a catastrophic medium to long-term strategy. So, you know, these words that are bandied about like vision and leadership, you can drill down into them very hard and start to make some sense out of them if you're willing to grapple with them at the level of detail. And I do a lot of that in this book, because a lot of it is about orienting yourself in your life. And I mean, so here's something, for example. We know that, imagine that you have your employees write out a business plan for their own development, right? So the plan would be, how can I become a better employee? And then you have half your employees do that, and the other half you have write out a different plan, which is, how can I put my life together properly? And then you wait a year and you measure the performance of the two groups. Is the people who make the life plan outperform the people who make the business plan? And that's really quite a stunning finding, really. It's not what you'd expect. And what it means is that if you're going to be effective at work, then you should first of all be effective in your life. And even more importantly, if you have a vision for the direction of your life, and your job is serving that purpose, then instantly your job becomes motivating. Because you might be sitting there and thinking, well, why am I doing this repetitive and rather dull task with these people that I'm not particularly interested in? You know, because every job has its maintenance element. It's like, oh yes, it's connected to this goal and this goal. It's like, and those goals are really worthwhile. Like, they're really worthwhile. And so that immediately imbues the act with significance. And that is motivation, technically. Because people are motivated when they're undertaking an act that's associated with a goal that they desire. And our understanding of that psychologically is very deep. We know the circuitry, we know the neurochemicals, we know the neurophysiology. And so there isn't any positive emotion without forward movement towards a desired goal. And there isn't any motivation without that positive emotion. So that's all, you know, vision, leadership, they sound like sort of impractical, metaphysical concepts that are only vaguely related to the practicalities of performance, and that's wrong. They're concrete, vital, definable, and you ignore them at your peril, both personally and socially.